create or use C units, the first thing you'll need is a C base. I'm going to go ahead and create a land base and a C base here. Now that I have a C base, you'll notice you do have this radar upgrade option. It'll ask you if you're sure you'd like to equip the C base with radar for $2,500. So now I do have radar active on the C base. Now that I have that C base, I can click any sector adjacent to that C base to create a naval unit. I have 4 options. Transports can be used to carry land units. A carrier can contain jets, a frigate can contain missiles, and a warship is an attack naval unit. Let's start with creating a transport. Now the strength of a transport is important because its attack range is based on the strength of the transport as well as the strength of the land unit it's carrying. If the land unit has a higher strength than the transport, its range is going to be lower. So let's first create a transport of strength 1. Let me sell this land unit. I'm going to create a jeep of strength 9. And if I move it onto the transport, if I now set an attack, you'll notice its range is on the lower end. Let's modify this C unit. We're going to add 8 strength, so now it's a strength 9. If I try to set an attack, you'll notice its range is now the full range it'll have carrying a unit. Now since it's adjacent to a C base, I can do a move. So let's move it out to here, and then let's say I'd like to attack up to here and then up to there. I now have an attack. At the end of this, the C unit will be here. So if I click and it's set the attack on this land unit, you'll notice it's going to start from here, which is where the land unit will be when the transport's done with its attack. So then I can, let's say, attack this pattern. It's going to show the attack line from the land unit because that's its pattern, but because I set the C unit to go first, it'll end up here, and then that pattern is going to take place from the land unit. Okay, let me create a carrier of, let's say, strength 3, and again its range is going to be its attack and move range is going to be dependent on the number of jets it's carrying. But a carrier and a frigate is essentially a C unit as well as an air unit. You can transfer, you can set attacks, cancel attacks. Now I can't modify this because it has to be adjacent to an air base. If there was an air base here, I'd be able to modify and build air units just like an air base. Let's go ahead and sell that one back. Frigate is just like a carrier except it's missiles instead of jets, and then you have warships. These are very expensive but also very strong. They're going to do a lot of damage to any air units that pass over, and they're strong in attacking land units as well. So for example, if this was an enemy and I wanted to attack it, I could set my warship to move down towards it, and at the end of my attack path, you'll notice that there's a bunch of these little icons that appear that show everywhere that I can launch an attack, kind of like almost like a cannonball attack. So let's say this is an enemy unit and I wanted to fire a cannon at it because it's within range. I click and now there's a little cannon icon. Let me cancel that attack. If I just wanted to move a little bit and stop, you'll have all of the cannon options within range, and let's say I want to fire up here, so you'll see the little cannon option. So what happens is this warship is going to move down its attack path, and as soon as it's within range of whatever sector you want to fire a cannon at, it's going to fire that cannon. So if I set my attack all the way here, but I wanted to fire an attack here, then as soon as it starts, it's within range, it's going to fire that cannon then and move out.